Hi there. Today we're going to deal with the concept of what our ecological footprint is. But before we do that, let's review predator-prey. Here's a predator-prey graph, and we want to decide whether it's normal for this predator-prey graph or whether the ecosystem is out of balance or whether it's healthy or not. Remember, predator-prey cycles follow a predictable pattern, and the pattern goes something like this. Here we have prey, which are worms, and predators, which are the robins. And if we follow the graph, we see that prey peak followed by a peak in the predators, prey, predators, and so on. And it seems to follow this pattern over and over again in so many years. Is this a healthy ecosystem? Yes. As we've talked about before, when the number of prey populations start to go up, the number of predators start to also go up because there's more prey for them to eat. And as the predators start to go up, eventually the prey have to crash because there's more predators eating the prey. So the prey start to crash. What will happen then, followed shortly by the crash in the prey, will be, of course, a crash in the predators because now there's less and less food to eat and so on. So that's how predator-prey cycles work. Let's talk about the concept of our ecological footprint. This is more what we call a metaphor or an analogy, and it stands for what kind of impact we make on the earth by our actions. An ecological footprint measures how much land, water, area a human requires to produce resources and so on. So it measures the extent to which humans use nature's resources compared to how much we regenerate them. The bigger the ecological footprint, the worse off the earth and humanity is. Because if we make too big an impact on the earth and the earth can't support all that, then of course the earth will start to go down. The footprint tool that we use is one that basically talks about how many planets can sustain our current actions. As you can imagine, different parts of the world have different ecological footprints. And if you see here, North America, we're a bit greedy when it comes to using Earth's resources. We're using more than what's available to us. Same with Europe. People in Europe have a large ecological footprint as well. Green is best. So South America is doing a good job of maintaining their ecological footprint. So global footprint. The United States is, of course, using up more of its resources than what can supply. The bigger the difference between these two lines, the more, this is basically the black lines, the capacity that the area can sustain, and the red line is how much we're using up. Mexico is unfortunately getting a little worse. It used to be that there was the capacity of the area was lots compared to what they were using up, but over time they've started to surpass that, and now even Mexico, which is a developing country, is using up more resources than what the land can supply. There's a neat website that you can take a quiz or a questionnaire on what your ecological footprint might be, and it asks questions like, what do you eat animal-based products, how many times a week, how much food do you eat that's processed and packaged compared to people in your neighborhood, how much waste do you generate, how many people live in your house, what's the size of your house, which house best describes your home, do you have electricity, on average how far do you travel in public transportation, on average how far do you go on a bike, on average how far do you go by your car, do you bike, walk, or use animal power to get around, and so on. And eventually it gives you a result, and the higher obviously your footprint, the worse off the earth will be. In comparison, the average footprint in North America is 24 acres per person. Worldwide, 4.5 acres per person is what you want. So in other words, what happens is you would need 5.9 planets to sustain the average North American's lifestyle. So what should we do? We need to think about using technology, and we need to start using, the 3 R's a lot better. Reduce our consumption of CO2, of electricity. We need to reduce how much energy we use in a day. We need to think about recycling, and we need to think about reusing. Sustainable energy, like wind power, is one way we might look at different technologies to help us in that. So that's our ecological footprint. Hope you enjoyed this session.